Hello, my name is Noah, and this is Like You, a podcast for kids. On this podcast, we spend time thinking about ourselves, our feelings, our loved ones, and the whole wide world. This podcast wouldn't be possible without our listeners. Grown-ups, visit patreon.com/LikeYouPodcast to help us continue making weekly episodes. Today, we are going to talk about growing, on the outside and the inside. So find a place to listen where you feel comfortable and safe. Sometimes we'll close our eyes and use our imagination. Other times I may ask you to say something out loud. You can imagine we're just two friends sitting together. I can talk to you, and you can talk to me too. So let's try it now. I want you to say, hello. Go ahead, I'm listening. Well, hello to you too. Now, before we get started, let's take a minute to clear our heads. First, close your eyes. See if you can relax your shoulders. Now, take a deep breath in and out. I want to make sure we're taking deep, long breaths. So let's take a few more, and I'll count to 3 while we breathe in, and then I'll count to 3 while we breathe out. Here we go. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, and breathe out. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3. Breathe out, 1, 2, 3. Good. Do you feel a little more relaxed? You didn't fall asleep, did you? You still there? Good. Now, I want to start thinking about little and big. Can you make your face feel little? Try squinting your eyes, scrunching up your nose. Now in your tiniest voice you can say, little. Great job. Now, can you make your face feel big? Open your eyes wide, make a big O with your mouth, hold your hands out wide, and in your biggest voice say, big. Wow, that sounded really big. Okay, now close your eyes again. I want you to think of someone or something that makes you happy. I bet you're smiling now. If you're not already grinning, go ahead and smile now. While you keep smiling, take another deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, and out. 1, 2, 3. Now, together we're going to say, I like me, on the count of 3. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. I like me. Wonderful. Now, let's get started. You can keep your eyes closed if you want, or you can open them now. It's up to you. Today, we're talking about growing. Did you know you're growing right now? Let's be quiet and see if we can hear ourselves growing. Do you hear your hair growing? Can you feel yourself getting taller? No, you probably can't, because our bodies grow very slowly. You don't even notice it as it's happening. Some of you may have a parent who keeps track of your growth with a growth chart or by making marks on the wall. You can look at those marks to see how you've grown, or look back at a photograph of yourself from a year ago. I bet you'll see how much bigger you've gotten. Later, after you finish this podcast, see if a grown-up in your family can show you some pictures of when you were a baby. Maybe they can even show you a picture of when they were a baby. Because everyone starts off as a baby. Everyone has to grow. Think about all the grown-ups in your life. Your mom or your dad, your grandparents, maybe uncles or aunts, teachers, coaches, neighbors. The grown-ups in your life weren't always grown-ups, and neither was I. I was once a baby. Then I was a child, and then I was a teenager, and now I'm a grown-up. But in a lot of ways, I'm still growing. How old are you? Say it out loud if you feel comfortable doing that. How old are you? I was once that same age, and I remember what it felt like when I was the same size that you are now. So we've already talked a lot about how we grow, but growing isn't just about getting bigger on the outside. You're also growing on the inside. Every time you learn something new or come up with a new idea, you're growing. And every time you do something kind for someone, or share with someone, or talk about your feelings, or do something that's hard to do, you're growing then too. When you learn something or think of something, you're growing in your mind. And when you're kind to others or share your feelings, you're growing in your heart. And no matter how big we grow on the outside, we always keep growing in our hearts and our minds. The grown-ups in your life may look like they've stopped growing on the outside, but on the inside, they're still learning every day, still trying new things every day, and still doing things that are hard for them every day. That means they're still growing on the inside, just like you. Can you think of a way you've grown on the inside recently? Did you learn something new? Did you give a special drawing to someone you care about? Did you say I'm sorry after you yelled at a friend? While this music plays, I want you to sit and think about all the ways you've grown on the inside. I'm growing with each new thing I'm knowing. I am growing body, heart, and mind. I'm learning. Each day the earth is turning, and I know a little more each time. I'm listening. The world around is whispering, and I learn so much from what I find. I'm growing with each new thing I'm knowing. I am growing body, heart, and mind. Now I'm going to ask you to repeat a few phrases after me. These are called affirmations. I know that's a big word, but these are just short sentences that help you feel good about yourself. Even after this podcast is over, you can think about these affirmations anytime you need something to cheer you up or give you some confidence. So I'll say each affirmation twice. The first time you can listen. The second time, say it with me, out loud or in your head. Here we go. Repeat after me. I like me. I like me. I am growing every day. I am growing every day. I can be anything I want to be. I can be anything I want to be. My mistakes help me learn and grow. My mistakes help me learn and grow. I am strong on the inside. I am strong on the inside. There is no one better to be than myself. There is no one better to be than myself. I am proud of myself. I am proud of myself. Now smile and take a few slow, deep breaths as we wind down our time together. It's been wonderful spending time with you today. I can't wait to do this again soon. On our next episode, we're going to think more about growing by using our imaginations to grow like a tree and like a garden. Until next time, I like you, I'm proud of you, and I'm glad that we are friends. Have a happy and peaceful day. Like You is written and produced by me, Noah Glenn. I also composed and performed the Like You theme music, as well as the song I'm Growing. The podcast artwork was created by Mia Saine. This episode features additional music by Skygaze and Ian Post. A quick word for the grown-ups. We could really use your support to keep this podcast going. please consider becoming a patron by visiting patreon.com/likeyoupodcast. You can also help others find the show by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe and be sure to help us spread the word by telling your friends how much you enjoy listening. Learn more about us on our website, likeyoupodcast.com, and be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at LikeYouPod. Thanks for listening.